Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at how you catch people's attention. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. So for pile number 1, we have this homemade salt crystal. And we have the star card. For pile number 2, we have Amazonite. And we have the High Priestess. And for pile number 3, we have Rose Quartz. And we have the Queen of Fire. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. But of course, if you're drawn to more than one pile, always trust your intuition. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number ones. If you chose this homemade salt crystal and the star card, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how you catch people's attention. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. But before we get started with your reading, I'd just like to thank and give a quick word to today's sponsorship, Keen. Many of you have asked me recently for personal readings, but unfortunately I'm not available for any right now. So I have brought you the next best thing, Keen. Keen connects you with gifted psychics, tarot readers, and astrologers like myself who are available 24 hours a day. So you can always get a reading whenever it suits you. All you have to do is create an account and you'll be able to choose from the hundreds of readers who are online right now. These readers each have unique specialties designed to provide a deeper understanding of your situation. You can choose whichever reader best suits your needs, and you'll be able to connect with them via phone call or text chat. Getting confirmation or a second opinion from someone who can give you a straightforward answer is always best. And as a tarot reader, I can tell you that it is very hard reading tarot for myself sometimes, as sometimes it doesn't make sense or is unclear. So even I resort to Keen. So let me tell you a little bit about some of my recent experience on Keen. I asked about my love life with my person. She explained to me how devoted he is and that our connection is only getting stronger and better, helping us to build a strong foundation that will only deepen moving into the holidays. She also mentioned us making future plans together no later than February, lol. But we've already started, so I'm very excited to see what unfolds then. She also mentioned that he's very loyal towards the ones he loves and that he doesn't even know what he did to get so lucky to be with me. She mentioned that I changed his world and that he feels like a little kid around me, which is so cute. Lastly, she said that she can see me getting married with him in the future and us having a home together where everyone will always gather together. The love reading I got was very beautiful and sweet, and every detail mentioned was so accurate and on point. Though you can get any type of reading from these readers depending on what you are looking for. I'm so grateful for the reading I got from Keen through their amazing and gifted psychic tarot readers. That's why it's still best to get a personal psychic reading because it is directed only to your energies. Now here's your chance to get a personalized reading from Keen. As a new customer on Keen, you can try your first 10 minutes for only $1.99. Go to trykeen.com/psychicsciencetarot or click the link in my description to save big on your first reading. Thank you, Keen, for bringing this beautiful opportunity and for sponsoring today's video. That's trykeen.com/psychicsciencetarot or click the link in my description box below to get your own personalized reading today at a huge discount. So getting back to your reading. Okay, so we're going to start out with the Good Tarot. I'm using this as an oracle deck. Okay, so spirit guides on my pile, number ones. Just saw 555 on the clock. May be significant. Okay, how my pile number ones catch people's attention, please. So we have the Ace of Fire, which is the Ace of Wands. Now we're going to get one card from the Astral Realms Crystal Oracle deck. So how my pile number ones catch people's attention. So we have Fluorite with Asturian and Introspection, card 15. Now we're going to use the Divine Feminine Oracle and get one card from here. So how my pile number one steal people's attention. So we have the Prophetess of True Power with I call my power back from all times and places I am my own. Okay. Now we're going to end off with the Lightseer's Tarot, end off like getting all the cards, I mean, not end of the reading. Okay, so Spirit Guides of pile one, how they catch people's attention. So we have the King of Swords starting off. How they catch people's attention. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Swords. So we have the Page of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Sun. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups. We have the Six of Wands. And at the back of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. So my pile number one's how you catch people's attention. Spirit is almost correcting me and saying you don't just catch people's attention, you steal their attention. And I feel like you steal a lot of people's attention. The reason I say so is I want to show you the Six of Wands. Here in the background, we see people cheering her on. And you know, the spotlight is on her. And you also chose the Star card. So you're someone that is almost like in the spotlight. If you have a public platform that's coming through like social media, or if you, I know that's not going to resonate with everyone, but if you're someone that kind of just stands out in some way, you could have a lot of people notice you whenever you're out in public. Like the Sun, you stand out and you're noticed. And the Sun is Leo energy, so you may also walk with this inner confidence within you, and you may express yourself a lot with the Sun in terms of fashion or in terms of your hair, your makeup. You may be very expressive and may be very creative with the way you express yourself. Like I'm even seeing some people here where they're experimenting with different hair colors, or maybe even cut their hair short, or try out different hairstyles, or try out different fashion styles and aesthetics. Or you're not even afraid to just stand out and to be that one person that is dressed to impress. I'm really picking up on that. And I feel like people almost look at you as if you're the star, as if you're someone that just shines so bright. Like the Sun, you're noticed everywhere you go. And I feel like since we have the Star and the Ace of Wands, you inspire a lot of people, but you also ignite a lot of passion within people. And they think that you're very talented, especially people that know you. They think that you're very talented at certain things. The reason I say so, or gifted, the reason I say so is because this is a gift. So when I use it in a pile like this, I was drawn to using it today. I take it as you're very gifted or you're very talented. Even with the sun, you could be creative. If you're creative in any way, like I'm seeing photography, painting, making candles, pottery, or, maybe you like to bake or cook, something about creativity is coming through, or maybe it's self-expression. Like I'm seeing someone here rap or sing, or someone here dress a certain way and you love to express yourself through dressing up or something like that. Something's coming through here. Or I'm even seeing in your home, you could be really creative with the way you dress your not the way you dress your home. I mean the way you decorate your home where it's very unique to you. And like when you're out in public, people feel as if you're very unique since you're showing up as a star. The star is Aquarius energy. So keep in mind Aquariuses are usually very quirky and they don't mind showing a little bit more of their weird, quote unquote weird side. I say that with a grain of salt because I'm also an Aquarius. Um and they don't mind showing a little bit of that unique self. So maybe you are like that, even if you're not an Aquarius, you're maybe just someone that expresses your unique self to the world. And I feel like maybe if you weren't always like this, maybe you're learning to become like this and learning to become more confident in being yourself. And the reason I say confidence is because we have this lion here or lioness, I don't know, and we have the sun, which is Leo energy. So I see that as confidence within yourself, to truly stand out, to truly let yourself take up space in the world and be yourself and be your unique self unapologetically. I'm being shown Rihanna. Some of you have Rihanna-like energy. Even if you don't look like her, maybe you have that type of energy where, like, she is kind of very unique, but she's also giving me like very much baddie energy. I think Rihanna has that boss babe energy. Maybe some of you have that. Because even here with the Eight of Pentacles, and she's an Aries rising, keep that in mind. I think she is, if I'm not mistaken. So she's very much like unapologetic in the things she says and the things she does. Um, like even here with the Eight of Pentacles, people may also notice you at work. You may catch people's attention at work if you don't work from home. Well, maybe even if you work from home, like if you're on a Zoom call, you may sometimes catch people's attention, or if you actually work at an office or somewhere else outside of home, if there's people walking in there or something along those lines could catch people's attention, or what you do for work could catch people's attention in some way. People think that you're very successful with the Six of Wands here. Remember, this is like people looking at you, and this could even be strangers just making assumptions. Even if you don't feel successful within yourself, people could just assume that based off seeing you. Okay? So yeah, there's something about people noticing you in work or in your work clothes if you look very smart at work, or if you're walking around to the grocery store after work, or something about work is coming through, or the things you do for work. Okay, and I'm seeing you walk around. I feel my third eye opening when I say I see you walking around. I feel like you're someone that is intuitive, but more on the side of being able to channel messages and being able to, yeah, you're able to connect to the spiritual realms, because keep in mind the star is that connection to, the higher realms, but also the earth, and being that bridge between those two realms. But with Queen of Swords, I'm getting the vibe here. You could have claircognizance where you just know things. But you could also be that type of person that feels into energies with the King of Cups, where you sort of feel people's energies when you walk around. And you may be that type of person, like, where you have to cleanse your energy regularly because you feel people's energies when you go outside. For some of you, it's very draining to be in public places. Um, and then I see you mostly just being in your own mind and focusing on what it is you need to do. With fluorite is a crystal of focus, but then we also have the Queen of Swords. So I see you like walking around in public and thinking a lot. Like, let's say you are walking around, you're not really focusing on what's around you or like people around you or what they are thinking. You're just focusing on maybe your day at work today, what you're going to do later in the night or in the afternoon. It's giving you that vibe. Or like, let's say you're in the grocery store, you're just thinking of what you're going to have for dinner. You're not necessarily focusing on anything else or how you're going to create success for yourself or something like that. And then you're just focused in your own mind and thinking. And then I see certain people looking at you and kind of like staring at you because they kind of want to know what's going on in your mind. Even people that could be close to you or even people at work, co-workers could sometimes wonder, like, what is pile number one thinking about? They look so focused. Like, are they doing their work? What are they focused on? So I see that, and I see maybe even in public, like with strangers, or if you're just at home and you're just thinking about something, thinking about your day, thinking about what you're going to do tomorrow, planning in your head. It's like certain people around you will want to know what you're thinking and what's on your mind. So I'm picking up on that. And I feel with introspection here, you've gone within. I feel like you've healed a lot within yourself with the star and introspection. You've resolved a lot of inner conflicts within yourself. And firstly, your healing journey also inspires those that know you well, because I feel like you've found a sense of inner peace. I really feel that. I feel like you've found a sense of inner peace following your inner compass and healing the mind, healing the body, healing the soul. And you've learned to protect your peace by cutting out whatever doesn't serve you and by cutting out, this is just from me feeling the energy, not from the cards, but like by cutting out whatever takes away your peace of mind. And because of this, you look more at peace. You look more emotionally balanced within yourself. And people that know you and see the changes within you, because as I look at these moon phases, I'm getting you've changed over time. You've become a lot more peaceful within your own inner world. And even if you're not fully there yet, you've made progress. And this is one thing that is catching people's attention, because it's like, whoa, pile number one looks so at peace. You know, they've changed over time. They've grown over time. It looks like they're starting to understand themselves. It looks like they're starting to bloom. That's what I'm getting from these flowers here. It looks like they're starting to bloom. And it looks like they're starting to transform and go through a metamorphosis, becoming a better version of themselves and understanding who they are. And it looks like they're more happier these days even. So I see people noticing that about you, especially those that know you, and I see that catching their attention. Maybe even at work, like certain things you do, like you could have certain creative ideas with the Queen of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, and the Sun. Or you could have certain things you do or say at work where maybe your work is doing really well, and maybe your boss notices that, or um, other people notice that, something about that's coming through, or something about your work is very prominent here, or school if you're in university or something like that. And what's funny here is we have running here with the Knight of Swords. I saw a vision of someone stretching So I take that as like moving your body around, becoming healthy, becoming fit. And here we see someone running in the Knight of Swords. So you may catch people's attention because of your body. Like your body may look fit, or people could sometimes see you running around. And then, like, let's say you go on runs or daily walks. People could see you running and be very impressed by your physical fitness or your focus on your physical health. There's something about people being impressed by you focusing on different aspects of your life and improving it and healing certain aspects of your life, but also focusing on what it is you want and believing that you can bring it in over time and work towards that, because it's like people see you as a very hard worker where when you want something, you're determined to go after it, even if it takes a little bit of learning with the Page of Wands and Page of Pentacles. Because when you truly have a passion for something or a passion for a certain goal or a dream or something like that, you go after it with the star. You know, the star sometimes represents dreams, wishes, things we want to fulfill, and you having the hope towards that and going after it, you know, being dedicated to yourself. So even an aspect of your life like your physical fitness or health, like if you're ever, you know, at the gym stretching or doing yoga, or you know, going to the gym, moving your body, or dancing, or something like that, or eating healthy, you know, at work, at school, or something like that, people could notice your dedication to yourself and your own growth. So that's something like that takes people's attention. There's also something about your energy and your aura that catches people's attention, because as I look at this card, I'm kind of seeing his aura beam out, and it looks very trippy as I keep looking at it and stare at it. Like, you know, when you stare at something for long and it kind of trips you out, like the lines here. So there's something about your aura too that makes you noticed by others, where like others will start to notice you and feel your energy, where because you're someone that feels very, like you're very clairsentient, where you can feel energies or you feel things very deeply, you're very in tune with your feelings. Because of that, you have that effect on others with your aura. When your aura comes into contact with their aura, I'm seeing it like they instantly feel your energy and they instantly know you're there. So I'm seeing you walk around in public or get out of your car or transport, and then people all of a sudden feel your presence, and then they look and they're like, oh, okay. They're wondering like who just got out of their car. Or maybe they heard it, like, I don't know. Or you're walking around in public and maybe they see your back, but like people want to see your face, because I feel you're someone that has kind of like a mysterious aura to you when you're walking around in public, because you're so focused on yourself, and your own life and your day, and you're just thinking and you're not really focused on things around you. It gives out this vibe and this aura of mystery where people get very intrigued by you. And then I see people thinking you look very sweet and angelic in some way. And then people almost like want to see your face or want to see who you are. There's just like an intrigue towards you, and that's how you catch people's attention. I'm also feeling like you smell good. Some people may hug you or like walk past you and you smell good and you all of a sudden catch their attention. And I'm also feeling like you're sweet but powerful, because in the beginning I channeled the message where I saw sweetness, like a sweet. And then I saw sweet but powerful because I saw like, I don't know what that movie is, but it played that song Sweet Dreams Are Made of Me. And then it was like this woman fighting. I think I watched it a long time ago. She was like fighting and all those things. So they're showing me that represents powerful energy. So it's like you're sweet but powerful at the same time. And that's something people notice about you, and it catches people off guard because they're like, whoa, who's that? and that inner confidence you hold, because I feel like if you're not fully there yet or you don't feel like you're fully confident, people may just view you as a very confident person by the way you carry yourself and by the way you walk, where they think you're very confident, and they think that you're finding your own power within, where even though you're sweet and kind, you're also going to speak up for yourself. And I feel like are you can detect BS is what I'm getting here with the owl and the intuitive feelings here. So I feel like because of that, it catches people's attention and catches them off guard, because it's like, let's say they say something without thinking, or let's say they do something to you that's disrespectful. It's like, then you show that side of you and then it catches their attention, like, whoa, like I need to respect power and that kind of energy. But I also feel like you're taking your power back by focusing within, by going within and understanding yourself better, by, following your passions and your goals and your dreams, the things you want to achieve, and having that ambition to go after it. That too is taking your power back in a way, because you're following what your soul's passions and desires are taking you towards. And as you follow that, you start to create these dreams into reality, where what was manifesting in the spiritual comes into the physical reality and is created. Because when I think of fire, I think of the energy of creation. So it's like people see that, but then people also see, when you talk, you sound very intelligent and educated, and that also catches people's attention, because I feel with the Page of Pentacles, even if you don't feel like you're so intelligent, I feel like you're always open to learning new things that interest you, or just new things in general, where when people hear you speak, they feel like you're very smart. And there's something about people also being drawn to your voice, the way your voice sounds, the way your words are. Like if you're ever speaking in public and they hear you speak, and then it's like, who's that? Like, then they turn around. Like, I'm getting that type of energy here. So, you know how in the beginning, it's almost like people see you as if you're in the spotlight? I don't feel like you maybe ever even want to be, or even try to be, because I feel like once people get to know you, like first they see you as someone that stands out and has a lot of this essence to you, where you shine like a star. But then when they get to know you, they see that you're actually really humble and down to earth, where you don't care too much about superficial things like that. All you want to do is focus on you and focus on building your own life to where you want it to be. And I think because you vibrate in your energy, in this aura, where you are focused so much inwards and not outside of you, you naturally attract people to you energetically, like a magnet. Because I don't know if you've ever noticed, I'm hearing a helicopter go by. And that's a sign, because helicopters, accelerate you from point A to point B. In your direction to where you want to go. You're flying there. But then also, when you think about it, I don't know if you've ever noticed, when you chase after something, it sometimes pushes it away energetically. Like when you chase after people, or when you want people to notice you, all of a sudden you don't have people notice you. But when you don't want people to notice you, or you're just not focused on it, then people notice you. It's like that type of, it's the energy your aura puts out to the world, I'm seeing, that also gets people noticing you. And then they start to notice you because of that, because your aura shines out like a star. So I guess what I'm seeing here is how you take people's attention, how you catch their attention, is firstly from your aura, and then also the things you're doing within your own life, where people naturally feel drawn to you and people naturally feel inspired by you. And then when they see you in public, even if they don't know you. It's the energy you're putting out to the world. Does that make sense? And when people know you, you're catching their attention because it's like, whoa, did you see what Pal One's doing? Like this inspired and passionate and excited feeling for you as you move towards where you want to be. So this is what I have for you, Pile 1. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 2s. If you chose this Amazonite crystal and the High Priestess card, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how you catch people's attention. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. But before we get started with your reading, I'd just like to thank and give a quick word to today's sponsorship, Keen. Many of you have asked me recently for personal readings, but unfortunately I'm not available for any right now. So I have brought you the next best thing, Keen. Keen connects you with gifted psychics, tarot readers, and astrologers like myself who are available 24 hours a day. So you can always get a reading whenever it suits you. All you have to do is create an account and you'll be able to choose from the hundreds of readers who are online right now. These readers each have unique specialties designed to provide a deeper understanding of your situation. You can choose whichever reader best suits your needs, and you'll be able to connect with them via phone call or text chat. Getting confirmation or a second opinion from someone who can give you a straightforward answer is always best. And as a tarot reader, I can tell you that it is very hard reading tarot for myself sometimes, as sometimes it doesn't make sense or is unclear. So even I resort to Keen. So let me tell you a little bit about some of my recent experience on Keen. I asked about my love life with my person. She explained to me how devoted he is and that our connection is only getting stronger and better, helping us to build a strong foundation that will only deepen moving into the holidays. She also mentioned us making future plans together no later than February, lol. But we've already started, so I'm very excited to see what unfolds then. She also mentioned that he's very loyal towards the ones he loves and that he doesn't even know what he did to get so lucky to be with me. She mentioned that I changed his world and that he feels like a little kid around me, which is so cute. Lastly, she said that she can see me getting married with him in the future and us having a home together where everyone will always gather together. The love reading I got was very beautiful and sweet, and every detail mentioned was so accurate and on point. Though you can get any type of reading from these readers depending on what you are looking for. I'm so grateful for the reading I got from Keen through their amazing and gifted psychic tarot readers. That's why it's still best to get a personal psychic reading because it is directed only to your energies. Now here's your chance to get a personalized reading from Keen. As a new customer on Keen, you can try your first 10 minutes for only $1.99. Go to trykeen.com/psychic-siren-tarot or click the link in my description to save big on your first reading. Thank you, Keen, for bringing this beautiful opportunity and for sponsoring today's video. That's trykeen.com/psychic-siren-tarot or click the link in my description box below to get your own personalized reading today at a huge discount. So getting back to your reading. So we're going to start out with the Good Tarot. We're using this as an oracle deck, even though it's a tarot deck. So spirit guides on my pile number 2s, how they catch people's attention. So we have the 6 of water, the 6 of cups. I'm also noticing these 2 cards wanted to pop out, the Queen of Pentacles and the Chariot. So I'm just going to keep that in mind. Okay, so spirit guides of my pile number 2s, how they catch people's attention, please. So we have Labradite with the South Node and Boundaries, card 21. Now we're going to use the Divine Feminine Oracle. So this was the Astral Realms Oracle. So spirit guides of pile 2, how they catch people's attention, please. So we have the Red Lady Sekhmet with I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving my voice to it. Interesting. This card also wants to pop out. Isis, the goddess of magic, sexual energy is sacred. My pleasure is the prayer that brings me back to life. So interesting. You know, people could be very attracted to you in that way and find you very seductive in some way. You know, and since Isis is the goddess of magic, since we're looking at how you catch people's attention, you may have that effect on people in terms of your physical appearance where people find you very sexy and seductive, where they just can't stop staring at you, almost like they're under a hypnosis spell, which they're not, but do you get what I mean? It's the effect you have on people. So spirit guides of pile 2. Some of you may, with Isis and with Sekhmet, some of you may also have past lives connected to Egypt, or you may be from Egypt for some of you, not all of you. I'm feeling a neck pain. Is one of you like dealing with that? But neck is also related to the throat chakra. So spirit guides of pile 2, how they catch people's attention, please. We're using the Light Seers Tarot. So we have the Lovers card showing up first. We have the Star. Some of you may relate to pile 1, by the way, because pile 1 was the Star. We have the Hanged Man. We have the 9 of Swords. We have the 2 of Cups. We have Justice. We have the 7 of Swords. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the 3 of Swords in the reverse. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So it's 1333 on the clock right now. So I kind of see where this reading is going. In terms of physical appearances, like I said, you have that seductive energy that catches people's attention. And in terms of the physical appearance, you may actually relate to pile 1 a lot, but what I'm seeing here is this type of energy where you might intuitively pick out certain things. Like, let's say intuitively you feel like wearing this today, and intuitively you pick that out, and I don't know how to exactly explain this, but energetically, it's what you're supposed to be wearing that day. Not that you're supposed to be wearing it, but it's something that's going to draw people towards you. Spirit, please explain what you mean here. Okay, so Spirit is showing me... Okay, so let's say today, astrology-wise, Mars is in Scorpio. I'm not saying it is, but let's just say it is. I think I checked the astrology charts a few days ago. But let's say Mars is in Scorpio. Let's say the moon is in Libra. It doesn't have to be today because I'm pre-recording this video. We're just giving an example. And let's say the moon is in Libra and Venus is in Libra. And now, you know, people are feeling very lovey-dovey today. And you wear a dress, for example, and it's very girly, or if you're a man, you wear something, whatever you wear looks very aesthetically pleasing. And then when you walk out in public, you know, people are naturally drawn to you. Or sometimes, you know, astrology-wise can affect it. I don't know why I'm picking up on that. Maybe some of you like astrology, or maybe some of you are just very connected to your own intuition. Because, I mean, you chose the High Priestess, but also when I connected to your energy, I felt my third eye open up a lot. But now I feel a constriction within my throat chakra, so I feel like maybe sometimes you're hesitant to share your spirituality with others, or you're hesitant to share what it is you do or that spiritual side of you to the world. And it relates to wanting to protect ourselves. What are you wanting to protect yourself from? Judgment, criticism, people disagreeing, people make fun of you. I don't know. I'm just asking because I'm seeing it like something your spirit guides want. It's like you are being put in this path where now and into the future your spirit guides want you to be more open with that side of you, and they want you to do it at your own pace where you're comfortable at. So what I mean by this is, like, let's say it relates back to past lives and a past life wound of having these gifts but not being able to share them with the world. Those fears are coming to the surface now where you get to truly express your truth in the world and truly be who you are in the world unapologetically. So I said pile one was very authentic. Maybe this is what you're learning, to be confident in yourself authentically, to be your authentic self in the world and not hide away parts of you. And maybe this is something you've recently started doing. Maybe it's taken time, but maybe you've recently started showing and expressing different sides of you to the world that you may have feared showing before. Where I feel like because you've been on your own internal healing journey, I feel like you're starting to see things differently. You're starting to see the world differently, and you're starting to see your fears differently. You're starting to gain realizations from them, from those anxieties, from the overthinking, from whatever is plaguing your mind with worries and thoughts. I don't know what perspective you're seeing it in, but with the star, I see you healing this. I see you healing from heartbreak with the Three of Swords in reverse. And these fears don't have to just be associated with sharing ourselves with the world, but it's also associated with you being on your own healing journey. And don't worry, I'm not going off topic. This is part of the reading, so just bear with me as I try to explain what I see here. The main thing I see people are kind of noticing about you right now is you be on your own healing journey. So you're catching people's attention because you're going on your own healing journey. You're going within with the hermit, looking inside yourself, diving deep within your own subconscious mind and within your own thoughts, your own beliefs, the things we tell ourselves. And it's almost like you're looking at also the things you say to yourself and, is this mean to myself or is this loving to myself? That's what I see with the Justice card, because we can choose to, be mean to ourselves here with the Seven of Swords, or we can choose to be loving towards ourselves with our words and our actions with the Knight of Wands. And I see you I see your energy being a little bit more internal right now at the moment, a little bit more closed off to society. Like maybe you're not really focused on going out as much recently, or maybe you have been on a social media break, or maybe you've just been on an internal journey of healing yourself, going within and not really focusing outside of you, where it's kind of like people are noticing your MIA. It's like, where is pile two? I miss them. I miss them. I miss them because they're a lot of fun to be around. So I see it like that, where people are kind of wondering where you are, and they're wondering what's happening in your life, because there's a certain type of mystery surrounding you right now and surrounding your energy, where you are going through your own inner transformation. And because of that, I don't see you interacting a lot with people that aren't necessarily close to you, unless they're like a best friend or a lover or someone really close to you. It's not that you're closed off energetically, that's not what I'm saying, or closed off to people, but you're more You're going within right now. It's an internal journey. And it's like, where is pile 2? I miss them. I have so much fun with them. I wonder when I'm going to see them again. And I get that kind of feeling here because you're MIA, because people have so much intrigue towards you and this mystery surrounding you. It's like, that is catching people's attention because it's like, where is pile 2? I haven't seen them in months. I haven't seen them in years. Um, when I try to look on their social media, because I'm seeing someone go on a laptop and look at your social media and them not find much, or you're just very private, you share what you want to share, and that's that, and they don't find much. So it's like, it's this curiosity people have that is making people catch your attention. I mean, making you catch people's attention. So I see it like, when a celebrity doesn't release songs for a long time, and you'd think that maybe people would forget about them, that people would move on with their lives, but then everyone's like, oh, where's Beyonce? I'm not saying Beyonce is not releasing music because she is. But like, oh, where's Beyonce? Where's this artist? Like, I miss them. I miss their music. I hope they release an album soon. Or like certain people where they make movies, these big companies, they make movies and then like there's so much speculation, like, is this movie gonna have a second movie to it? Like, and then everyone's making YouTube videos like, is this movie going to have a second movie? Like, we don't know. There's so much speculation. People are saying this, but we don't know. They're not confirming it. It's giving that type of vibe. And that's how you're kind of catching people's attention right now, because you'd think that like you're MIA, that people wouldn't be thinking about you, but they are. And I see some being worried about you. Like, I'm seeing maybe for some of you, a mother being worried about you, or um, certain friends you've had where they haven't heard from you in long. They're kind of like worried about you. So I see that. Just talk to them if you can. For some of you. So that's like one of the reasons why you're catching people's attention, and how you're catching people's attention. I'm also seeing something about you. Um, on your healing journey, right? I feel like you're expanding, you're growing, and you may have a small support system around you. So I see people looking at who you were in the past, the people that were surrounded by you in your past, what your life looked like, how you acted in the past, and I see them comparing it to now. What your life looks like now, how you act now, who you have around you right now, and all those things. And I see people almost seeing you break away from the past. The reason I say so is we have the South Node and the Six of Cups. Both of these cards talk about the past. The South Node is our past life energy, and the Six of Cups is past energies. So, when I think of the South Node, it's what we're comfortable within. It's that energy we're comfortable in. But in order to grow, we need to go to the opposite. We need to go towards our North Node and get outside of our comfort zone, if you know a little bit about astrology. And I see you doing exactly that, where you're breaking away from your South Node energies. And it's not to say that you're completely getting rid of what you're comfortable with, because the South Node, when we think about it, is the lessons we've already mastered, the energy we're most comfortable within, and also certain gifts from past lives. So even the High Priestess here showing is maybe you having these certain gifts from past lives, and they've started to come to the surface in this life, and maybe people are noticing that, and they're like, whoa, how's pile 2 so intuitive? Like the way they're so intuitive, it seems as if they've been doing this for lifetimes or for years or their whole life, so people are kind of shocked by that. I'll get into that in a moment, but With the South Node energies, the reason why I say you're breaking away from it is because I asked about this and I closed my eyes and I saw an egg break. So it's you breaking free from, like I said, your comfort zone. And when we think of an egg, it's a bird. And the bird breaks away from their comfort zone by leaving the nest and learning to fly, even if they don't know how to fly. So it's almost like you're that little bird leaving your nest and learning to fly, even though you don't know how to fly, and gaining the courage to learn how to fly. And how people are comparing you right now is they're seeing who you were in the past, the people you had around you. Maybe you're not the same as you were before. Maybe you don't have the same people around you as you did in the past. Maybe you're not in the same environment. Maybe you don't have the same job. There's things here that have changed in a very big way with the Wheel of Fortune. They may have been painful at first with the Three of Swords reverse, but I feel you've since healed from this and since accepted it with the Hermit and the Wheel of Fortune. You may be someone that doesn't necessarily, or maybe in the past you were quite scared of change, but I feel now you've become more comfortable with it. And you've become a little bit more comfortable with your evolution and growth. And because of these changes, it's catching people's attention, because I'm even seeing in terms of your personality traits. I feel like you're a very loving person. You're very empathetic. That's what I'm getting from your energy. You have a lot of healing energy and you have great spiritual gifts. We'll get into that in a moment, don't worry. But I'm seeing this energy of you even being that type of person that's just very passionate, very like uplifting and outgoing to be around. But I feel like you could have been so loving where maybe in the past you didn't necessarily speak your truth. Maybe in the past you had certain people around you where the shadow side of it was because you weren't necessarily speaking up. Maybe not because of that, but it was like they were disrespecting you, and it was like you didn't have the voice to speak up for yourself back then, or you didn't have it within you to speak up and to express yourself. And you did have it within you, but I feel it was fear with the Nine of Swords. But I feel you've gone on a little bit of a journey where you started to realize maybe certain people around you weren't being the best towards you, were maybe a little bit deceptive, like I'm seeing fake friends, ex-lovers that maybe betrayed you or were deceitful, or family members or people around you that you trusted where they were just disrespecting you and being deceitful towards you. And I feel like one day finally all your anger built up and you started speaking your truth and you started honoring your truth and honoring your voice. And I feel like ever since then, you've been honoring your anger by giving a voice to it. Because when we think of anger, anger is not a negative emotion. Anger is a very powerful emotion because we all have emotions as human beings, and it's not necessarily meant to be labeled as good or bad. They're just emotions that we feel. But what we do with that emotion is important. The way we handle that emotion is important. Are we taking that emotion out on others? You're not. Then that's a negative side to anger. But the positive side to anger, because there's negatives and positives to everything, just as we see in this Justice card, and the way we speak our truth. Okay, but if we take that anger and use it to create change in our lives, because anger teaches us where our boundaries are being crossed. Anger teaches us what is not okay. What makes us angry? What makes us upset? So I feel you've been slowly starting to speak your truth more and slowly starting to let that side out of you more. And it's not that you're not a loving person anymore. You're still this very loving and sweet person. But now it's like people are seeing a different side to you where they're seeing, oh, pile number twos. And maybe that's why you'll also relate to Pal 1, because I said to them they're sweet but powerful. Your energies are similar but different in a way. I feel you're learning to find your own power within, and I feel like you're learning to let that be seen in a way where it's like, yes, I can be loving, but I can also have a voice. I can also stand up for myself. And I'm not going to let you do this to me or walk all over me. Like, I see you being in that vibe and that energy. And I see you advocating for yourself in that way and growing within self-love. And I see you maybe even cutting out people from your past that hurt you or did you wrong and healing from that. Seeing love in a different perspective where it's like, I shouldn't have to be anxious around people I love. I shouldn't have to walk on eggshells, you know. That's what I'm seeing for some of you. And I see you healing from this heartbreak and mending your heart and sewing it back together. Then kissing it back to life and changing something within, growing and transforming into the butterfly you are. So this is what people are seeing. They're seeing a change within you, your personality, the way you show up in the world. You're showing up as more powerful now. And you're showing up as you've gone outside of your comfort zone and now you're at a place where you can speak your truth. Even if you're not fully there yet, you've made progress. That's the important thing I see here. And this is how you're catching people's attention. But also because you've been on a healing journey and because things have changed and moved around in your life, it's like people are wondering how you did it. People are wondering what happened in your life to influence all these changes. Because to them looking in, it seems like fast changes that just happened. But to you, it actually took a lot of time and integration and looking within and understanding yourself, getting to know yourself, understanding what it is you want in your life, what it is you wish for in your life. You know, understand what it is you want to heal from and grow towards. And because of that, I feel these changes are kind of shocking people right now, where it's not just, like I said, it's very similar to Pal 1. It's not just catching people's attention, it's stealing their attention with the Seven of Swords. In a very big and powerful way with the Knight of Wands. And I feel because you've also been on this healing journey, it's like people see your growth and it's shocking. But also, what I'm feeling here with the Wheel of Fortune, because you did a lot of work on yourself, things changed where gifts started to emerge. These spiritual gifts of yours started to emerge. Certain wishes you had for what you want your life to look like and how you want your life to change started coming up to the surface because you started letting go of certain emotions that were holding you back from reaching that reality, from leaping into that reality. And it's like, I'm seeing, what is that movie again? The Flash? It's a series, I think. I don't know. When he runs fast. I've seen that, but like you run into different dimensions. But in order to run into this different dimension, and it's a metaphor for shifting our reality. And I don't mean that in the magical woo-woo sense. I mean that in the sense of shifting our realities by changing our realities and going towards and creating the reality we do want in the physical. But when we look at it in a metaphorical sense, you're running towards another reality. But in order to run towards the other reality, it's like Spirit is showing me you in a rocket ship. And in order for this rocket ship to go up, it needs to let go of things to go up. I don't know if I've heard that metaphor somewhere. I don't know. Like, just imagine you trying to run with things on your back, metaphorically, like emotions, things from that past timeline. And I'm thinking of Back to the Future, almost like a scenario of time travel. And if we had to bring something from the past to the future, it would mess things up timeline-wise. So I'm seeing it almost like that energetically as a metaphor. In order to go towards this new reality, we have to completely become light energetically. We have to completely let go of everything from the past holding us back. And then we sprint towards that different dimension, quote unquote. And I feel these changes are happening now physically in your reality. And people are seeing it as it's very fast, but for you, I feel like it's taken some time and patience with the hangman, some waiting. Because these are things you wanted for a long time, things you wished for a long time. But since the Queen of Pentacles wanted to come out, I'm just going to put it here. Since these two cards, the Chariot and the Queen of Pentacles, wanted to come out, it's like now people are seeing you not only follow your soul's calling, I'll talk about the gifts in a minute, but you're also shifting and changing things in your life where you're leveling up career-wise or home-wise. Maybe some of you have moved to new homes recently, or maybe some of you are upgrading in some way financially, like maybe you're getting a higher salary, or you've changed jobs and you've done something you really love, or maybe some of you have taken a leap of faith towards something else where you were passionate about it, but you maybe were fearful to, take a move towards that. And with the Chariot, I see this energy of, shifting something within that by going towards it. Or maybe some of you have had level ups within your physical reality, like getting a new car, getting a new home, or, getting a promotion, getting a new job that pays you well. These are all things I see. And even if you don't see the physical changes yet, this could be what is soon coming in your future as a result of these internal changes you do. Because underneath this card, we have her looking into the river here, and it's showing a reflection of her. So I see it as our internal world reflects our outer world. And here we see the butterfly. Because you've transformed, your inner world and your outer world are mirrored, and it's gonna catch up to that. So it's like people are starting to see you in a different light. People are starting to see changes you've gone through. People are seeing you become more courageous, more bold, more confident. People are maybe even seeing new connections in your life, new, more loving connections in your life with the Lovers and the Two of Cups. And if it's not in your life yet, this is showing up in the near future for like how you're going to catch people's attention in the future. And new connections, like new friendships, new people that are close to you and really love you. And because you're also following the calling of your gifts, that too, if you show that more to the world, that too is gonna shock people for real, because it's like, whoa, pile number two, so much has changed within them and within their life, where it's like you've just expanded and grown so much, where you have transformed into that butterfly version of you, where now you're starting to have those gifts and talents come up. And I feel like some of you have started to follow your soul's calling in terms of your intuition. Maybe some of you are tarot readers, or maybe some of you have public platforms like YouTube. Maybe some of you work in the spiritual realms energetically, like Reiki healers, or maybe some of you are actual healers, like doctors, therapists, things like that. And maybe you've started trusting your intuition more and showing more that spiritual side to you with the courage here. Or maybe you're going to very soon, and that's also going to catch people's attention. Because I feel like sometimes you even say things, if you've done readings for people, or if you said certain things where you don't realize it's an intuitive message, I feel you saying something and people just brushing it off, but then it actually happens. And it's like, whoa, pile number two said that in the past, and it came true exactly how they said it would. It makes me feel that energy Spirit is showing me a pig with angel wings, and it's like, you know how you won't see a pig with angel wings because that's not physically possible in this world, but it's like, it's almost like you're bringing a piece of magic into this world. That's how people are seeing it. And I feel like you're very wise. That too catches people's attention. In terms of physical, I also see makeup, something about makeup and the way you do your makeup or the way you do other people's makeup. Freckles, your eyes. I'm seeing like you in public celebrate certain things and go cheers. Okay, I'm seeing that. That could be future or now. I'm seeing roller skates. I'm seeing cats. Like some of you have pets and your cats catch people's attention. I don't know why. Um, and yeah, that's what I have for you. So I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this rose quartz crystal and the Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at how you catch people's attention. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. But before we get started with your reading, I'd just like to thank and give a quick word to today's sponsorship, Keen. Many of you have asked me recently for personal readings, but unfortunately I'm not available for any right now. So I have brought you the next best thing, Keen. Keen connects you with gifted psychics, tarot readers, and astrologers like myself who are available 24 hours a day. So you can always get a reading whenever it suits you. All you have to do is create an account and you'll be able to choose from the hundreds of readers who are online right now. These readers each have unique specialties designed to provide a deeper understanding of your situation. You can choose whichever reader best suits your needs, and you'll be able to connect with them via phone call or text chat. Getting confirmation or a second opinion from someone who can give you a straightforward answer is always best. And as a tarot reader, I can tell you that it is very hard reading tarot for myself sometimes, as sometimes it doesn't make sense or is unclear. So even I resort to Keen. So let me tell you a little bit about some of my recent experience on Keen. I asked about my love life with my person. She explained to me how devoted he is and that our connection is only getting stronger and better, helping us to build a strong foundation that will only deepen moving into the holidays. She also mentioned us making future plans together no later than February, lol. But we've already started, so I'm very excited to see what unfolds then. She also mentioned that he's very loyal towards the ones he loves and that he doesn't even know what he did to get so lucky to be with me. She mentioned that I changed his world and that he feels like a little kid around me, which is so cute. Lastly, she said that she can see me getting married with him in the future and us having a home together where everyone will always gather together. The love reading I got was very beautiful and sweet, and every detail mentioned was so accurate and on point. Though you can get any type of reading from these readers depending on what you are looking for. I'm so grateful for the reading I got from Keen through their amazing and gifted psychic tarot readers. That's why it's still best to get a personal psychic reading because it is directed only to your energies. Now here's your chance to get a personalized reading from Keen. As a new customer on Keen, you can try your first 10 minutes for only $1.99. Go to trykeen.com/psychic-siren-tarot or click the link in my description to save big on your first reading. Thank you, Keen, for bringing this beautiful opportunity and for sponsoring today's video. That's trykeen.com/psychic-siren-tarot or click the link in my description box below to get your own personalized reading today at a huge discount. So getting back to your reading, we're going to start out pulling one card from the Good Tarot we're using. This is an oracle deck. So spirit guides of my pile number threes. How my pile number threes are catching people's attention. How do they catch people's attention? So we have the Queen of Fire and the King of Fire. Interesting. As I pulled this card, I'm hearing the song that's like, kiss me. It's Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer. She says something like, kiss me out of the bearded barley, nightly beside the green, green grass. So there's some kind of romance here, romance story if you're in a romantic connection. Like if you ever walk around in public with your person. And for those of you that aren't in romantic connections, people are crushing on you like when you walk out in public. We'll talk more about that in a bit. Let's get your other cards. So maybe people think you have kissable lips. They want to kiss you like if they're crushing on you. Um, or they see your own romance story. So spirit guides of pile 3, how are they catching people's attention? How do they catch people's attention? So we have Spirit Quartz, Chiron, and Healing, card 33. Some of you may relate to pile 2. We spoke a lot about their healing journey if you were drawn. So this is the Astral Realms Crystal Oracle. We're going to now use the Divine Feminine Oracle. So how do my pile number 3s catch people's attention? Okay, so this card I just need to cover quickly because it has some nudity on it. So it says, the first woman with I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life I desire to live. Interesting. Okay, so now we're going to use the Light Seers Tarot. So Spirit Guides of my pile number 3s. Spirit Guides of my pile number 3s. May I please look into how do they catch people's attention? We have the 5 of Wands. We have the Lovers. Okay, we have the Star. We have the Queen of Swords. How do my pile number 3s catch people's attention? We have the 7 of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands again. Interesting. I love that. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the 8 of Swords. We have the Page of Swords. We have the 3 of Wands. We have the 9 of Cups. And at the back of the deck, we have the 5 of Cups. Okay, so what Spirit is showing me? Spirit is showing me you're someone really independent. That's firstly a trait people really admire in you, your independence. And we'll speak more about that in a bit because I see more on that. People see you as very warm, like a light to others. You have this very warm and inviting presence when people see you in public, and when people start to get acquaintance with you, they find you very warm and trustworthy at first. And even as they get to know you, they see that you're a very trustworthy person. I just saw your spirit guide now, so that's confirmation. And your spirit guides are strongly around you, protecting you. The reason I say so is because you're showing up as a Queen of Wands twice, and you have the 7 of Wands and 5 of Wands. I feel like you catch people's attention where some admire, whereas some secretly hate on you and are jealous of you. So there's like secret competition here from like people in public, even when you're just walking around, because you're so magnetic. I mean, you're showing up as the Queen of Wands twice. You're so magnetic, and here we see this light coming from our solar plexus chakra. I feel like you have been working on your self-worth and working on building that within you, where you only value your own opinion of self and you don't necessarily take in other people's criticism or what other people are saying. we'll get more into that. I just see so many messages at once. But I feel like you're someone that shines bright, pile 3. You're someone that's a lot of light. I mean, we see all these candles here. We see a candle here. You're someone with a lot of light. I mean, you're showing up as a star. Some of you may also relate to pile 1 because they showed up as a star. And I feel like because of this, I also feel you're very magnetic. People find you very sexy. People find you very seductive. People find you to be someone that stands out, like sunshine, because there's a sun behind his head, and I'm physically, clairvoyantly seeing sunshine. You stand out. And you're very bold with your fashion style and very bold with the way you express yourself in the world. There's a lot of boldness here. You may also be bold when you speak, where you're not afraid to speak. What's kind of like on your mind. You may have that blunt type of way of speaking. And even if it's not blunt, you're very honest and you're very authentic to yourself in the world. I also feel like you have this type of energy within you where people look up to you and people look to you as an inspiration. Okay? And I feel like there's also something here about shoes, like the shoes you wear. There's something about your lips that people really notice. There's something about your smile that people find brightens up the whole room. Your cheekbones. People find you very physically attractive and sensually attractive. Okay, but there's also you having an inner beauty within your heart. We'll talk more on that in a bit. I also feel like you're very photogenic, so you may have people notice you when you're out in public, and because you have that warm energy, your energy also attracts people like a magnet. You're very magnetic, my pal 3s. So when you're out in public, like a lot of people stare at you, whether they stare at you out of jealousy or whether they stare at you out of admiration, they're staring anyways. And it's like people see you as very confident, even if you don't see that within yourself. And people see you to be someone that has a lot of fun when you're out in public. It always looks like you're having a good time. It always looks like you are happy and that you're celebrating something. I guess some of you just have that type of vibe. But also in terms of pictures and videos, I'm seeing you be very photogenic. If you ever post on social media, I'm seeing certain people, even stare at your pictures online. Like they're scrolling and then they stare because they're like, whoa, this person's so beautiful or gorgeous or handsome. Or like certain things when you take videos of certain things happening in your life, and maybe post it on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. There's something about that. There's also something about your voice that catches people's attention. Like when you're out in public, and you're just speaking, and then people will hear your voice and be like, who's that? I feel like a lot of people like to stare at you when you're out in public. You catch people's attention with your beauty, but also your vibe. So that's what I'm picking up in terms of physical appearance. Going back to the solar plexus energies, because you're someone that shines so bright, because you're someone that is so magnetic, I feel like you also have a lot of potential within you that people see. Because of this, you may have had certain people project on you ever since you were a young age. Maybe some of you had grown up and had been in schools where maybe you were bullied, or maybe you were actually bullied by certain family members, or maybe you've grown up in life and you've noticed certain people just don't like you and they treat you a different way, but you'll also notice certain people will treat you a different way in terms of like, I feel this pile may have a little bit of pretty privilege, or at least that's how people see you. Because I'm clairvoyantly seeing a vision of the hot chick when in the beginning of the movie, there's one scene where she goes into a shop and she orders like these 3 kind of milkshakey kind of like drinks, and then she licks it seductively and gets the drink for free. So even if you're not like that, it's like people may perceive you to be so hot is the word I'm getting. And glamorous in the way, like where they maybe assume you get things for free, or they maybe assume like you get different kinds of treatment even if you don't. And I feel like since a young age, people have always seen your potential. People have always seen you as someone that could be very talented in anything you do. If you truly hone on that skill, and if you truly have the confidence to embody that within. But I feel like maybe you've noticed like even certain friends you've had where they were like secretly in competition with you or secretly jealous of you. It's because you're so magnetic, because you're so attractive, that you'll even have people just crush on you. Like, really, you'll just have people crush on you. And I think that's the life you live because you're so attractive. And I'm not just saying this to hype you up, pile three. This is what I'm seeing in your pile. And I feel like because of this, I feel you've recently been going on a journey of healing inner wounds within you. I feel your healing is different to pile two, where you've been healing because Chiron is the wounded healer. You've been healing your wounds associated to self-worth and associated to confidence, because I feel like you've had certain people project onto you or say mean things to you or try to dim your light, try to make you not see your own potential, try to make you not see your own worth, try to not make you see how bright you shine, try to distinguish your fire within, your light within, try to make you dim your light because you shine too bright and it offended them in some way. I feel like for some time, maybe you didn't see your own worth, or for some time, maybe you didn't see how bright you shine, or for some time, you didn't see your own potential or your own talents waiting to come out, waiting to bloom out within. But I feel like recently, with the Seven of Wands, you've started standing up for yourself more. You've started really going within and healing your self-worth and figuring out what it was that made you feel this way about yourself. And most likely it was other people's projections and criticisms towards you from a young age, even from those you loved. Like I'm even picking up on maybe certain friends you've had or certain family members you've had, like try to put you down. And that's not fair, but I see you healing that solar plexus, healing your self-worth, where you're like taking back your power in a sense. You're taking back your power by rebuilding that confidence within, regardless of the opinions and projections of outside energies, where you're like, this is me, I'm going to be me, I'm going to live my life the way I desire to live. If you don't like it, you can F right off. I see you almost being in your villain era, but not really villain era. And it's like, I'm seeing that scene from Scream Queens where she's like, there's a door, bitch. So it's like you're in that era of life where you're no longer giving a F what people think, and you're boldly living the life you desire to live, expressing yourself, being you, and not letting people dim your light anymore. Not letting people keep you in this restricted energy where you have to keep yourself small to fit in, or keep yourself small to be well liked, or keep yourself small to be accepted. I'm seeing the book, The Courage to Be Disliked. I think that's the book. I don't know. I'm seeing it clairvoyantly. So maybe this is what you're doing right now that is catching people's attention. And as I said before, the other things. And, Lilith was the first woman. The story goes that she was Adam's first wife, and she was made from the same soil as Adam. So she wasn't made from the rib like Eve. She was made from the same soil, so they were equal. And the story of her goes that she didn't want to be submissive towards Adam. So she was, the first feminist, in my opinion. She was the first woman that, stood up for herself and said like, no, this is not the life I want to live. and she got exiled because of that. So, her and her story and her kind of divine feminine energy is this type of woman that is powerfully herself, and she doesn't let people have that power over her to tell her what to do or what decisions to make in life. And even if it meant being exiled from the place that she wanted to be in, the paradise, the Garden of Eden, she desired to live the way she wanted to live and speak up for herself and stand up for herself in some way. So you could be advocating for yourself in certain ways in your own life and desiring to live life the way you want. People see you as a very free-spirited person and a very independent person where you value your freedom. And you don't want to be restricted or put in a box or made to feel like you should follow certain rules or expectations that are not okay for you, that make you feel restricted. And it's not in a way where it's unhealthy, where it's like, oh, I'm not following rules. It's more so being around certain environments or situations where it's like you can't express yourself or you can't be yourself or you can't do what you want to do. And it's like, I see you breaking free from those chains, breaking free from whatever keeps you stuck. And because of that, you are catching people's attention. It's kind of like, whoa, pile number 3 did that. I don't know what this is specifically, but people are seeing you to have a lot of courage, to have a lot of boldness, to be this type of person that takes leaps of faith and risks. And you don't mind going against the status quo, against what society says we should be and look like and act like. And this is how you're currently catching people's attention right now because of this expansion within the solar plexus. And it's like you speak your truth the way you want to and you express yourself the way you want to with the Queen of Swords. And I feel like that's something that really catches people's attention. Another thing I see here is like when you're having fun in public or when you're just having a good time, it's like people naturally feel like they want to join in because you're so magnetic, because you give off and radiate this warmth. And remember, as much as you threaten certain people where they were insecure in themselves, you also ignite other people's flames of passion. You also ignite other people's flame in the way where you inspire them in their own way. Okay, and maybe you also are that type of person that gets people outside of their comfort zone and gets people in the state of courage to be themselves, or gets people in the state of courage to have fun and enjoy themselves and really celebrate whatever is going on. And because of that, I feel like that's something that inspires people and catches their attention. But you also light a fire within them. You also inspire them. Okay, so that's something I see. And I see like a lot of people just want to give love offers to you where certain people may even fight over you. Like I'm seeing maybe you have had certain friends in the past. Like let's say, for example, you're a woman and you've had male friends. And like maybe both of those male friends liked you at the same time. And little do you know, they're both like fighting like who gets to flirt with you and who gets to be with you. Like I'm seeing something like that. It doesn't have to resonate with the genders, but I'm just using that as an example. But you also have people maybe noticing your love story if you are in a romantic connection because maybe this person allows you to be free, but also, values you in a way and is loyal towards you and is trustworthy towards you. And really, it's like people almost see them as like wrapped around your finger in a good way, where there's so much passion, so much love, so much commitment. And it really looks like you love each other if you're walking around in public. Maybe even you could catch people's eyes and attention when you're walking around with your friends or people you really love that are close to your heart, because they see the connections you have together and they see how much fun you have together and they see you smiling together, laughing together, talking. Something about that's coming through. But also, another thing I'm seeing here is with the Page of Swords, Three of Wands, Nine of Cups, Eight of Swords. You were maybe once in a place where you were stuck, in terms of whatever it is you're wishing for, because Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment, and here we see a treasure. And I think you were really, really thinking about what can I do to bring this wish into my reality, whether it has to do with a career goal or a goal or physical health or fitness, or whether it has to do with your healing journey or love. I don't know what this wish is. It could be different for all of you, but I'm seeing it's almost like people see you go from a place of being stuck to this place where you're learning, where you're thinking, how do I have ideas on how to bring this into my reality and how to, take steps towards this to bring this into my reality and make this wish a living reality, make this wish a living celebration where I can touch it, I can taste it, I can feel it in my life. And it's almost like people are seeing you once be in this stuck place to now getting these wish fulfillments, whatever these wishes are, even if they're not in your life right now. If people are seeing you take the steps towards it and envision it, take the steps towards it, take very bold steps and follow what your passions are telling you, it's like they see these wishes coming into your reality and it's showing in your energetic field right now. So this could even be a future thing of something that catches people's attention if it's not yet in your life. So this is what I have for you. This is how you catch people's attention. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!